Hey, Nomad, I shaved. Tonight's probably going to be a short one, maybe like 5 minutes, just because I'm freaking tired, man. I did start at McDonald's tonight. That went pretty well. You know, sorry for the late upload, but it's because I worked at McDonald's and I wanted to start there and do my first day before I made the video for tonight. So tomorrow I'll probably do it before my shift and it'll be posted around 6, well, 6 PST, 4 CST. But yeah, so McDonald's went well today, man. I mean, as good as a McDonald's can go. And I feel like, I've worked a lot of fast food in the past, and I do feel like this will be nicer because McDonald's runs smoothly. Whereas, like, when I worked at Taco Bell and Arby's in the past, because I worked at an Arby's before I started at Gold Rusk as a dog bather, it was a disaster every day. I mean, people were messing up constantly because they weren't trained properly, and we had managers that were incompetent and shouldn't have been managers. They were decent people, but they weren't good at their jobs. And when people are making mistakes all day long, and you are good at your job, you get called upon to fix things. So I was the drive-through guy at Arby's, just like I am here at McDonald's, but I was doing so much more than drive-through. I was bagging order. I was doing manager work for employee pay. I was doing it all. The only thing I didn't do that was manager work was the tills and like counting money and stuff like that. But I could have been trained and easily done it. My interpersonal skills at that time were not good though. So I would not have made a good manager. I would have been yelling at people, man. But yeah, so McDonald's went great. Gold Rusk this morning, also great. We got done right at 3, and that's just because we started lollygagging a little bit at the end of the day, I think. But yeah, we had some weird dog come in today at Gold Rusk, and I wish I had a picture of it to put up on screen, but it was like a French Terrier or French Bulldog mixed with something else, and it had pointy, fluffy ears and had a longer coat than most French Bulldogs. It was really a weird-looking dog, and we were all just in awe at how strange this dog looked. It was very cute and had a pretty coat, but man, he was a weird-looking dude. I've never seen a dog like that in my life. But yeah, so that was work today. What else? There isn't much to talk about tonight, man. I'm really tired and my brain's not working the greatest. So we might even cut it here at 4 minutes. I don't really care. I just have to post every day. That's the rule that I've set to myself, and discipline is a skill I'm trying to practice in my life because I have been very undisciplined for a very long time, and I didn't know what I wanted. Maybe that's something we can talk about for 2 minutes. How do we know what we want? Or what do we really want? Because I think at the end of the day, what most people really want is to be happy and well-adjusted. If we took everything else out of the equation, right, what is the root of all our problems? We're kind of miserable and neurotic. We have stressors and things that we aren't handling well in lives. And people with problems, especially like me, we handle them even more poorly. And then it causes even more stressors and issues in our lives. So how do we figure this stuff out? How do we figure out what is our dharma, is the word I like to use. It's a Hindu word. And dharma basically means the will of the universe and what is your best course of action in every single moment to align with it. And you can believe in that or not, but I do believe in there is a flow and a natural law of things at the very least. And I believe there's some strings being pulled by higher beings. But, it's undeniable. There's natural law. It goes all the way down to the phrase flow like water, or when you split wood. You go with the grain. You don't go against the grain or you just get wood chips. You have to go with the grain of the wood, and that's kind of what Dharma is talking about, is When things feel a little off intuitively to us, something is off about it. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't feel that way. And I think the skill that we should all practice is quieting down our brains enough to where we can pick a string and say, this thought, is this why I do not like what's going on? And really be able to dive into that thought without having a million distracting ones come into our head. And for me, you know, a couple things that have unlocked that ability for me is meditation. I do that often and short. I mean, people think meditation, they think, oh my God, I have to sit still and breathe for half an hour. No. Just slow down and focus on your breath for as long as you feel comfortable, and eventually it will get easier. You can do it for longer and longer and longer. I meditate for like 2 minutes at a crack, man. I literally sit down and focus on my breath if I'm feeling stressed for 2 to 5 minutes, and I feel better after. Another thing that has helped me is eating healthier. I've said that in a previous video. I mean, eating healthy is the way to start managing your mental health. I mean, and getting exercise. I would say if my recommendation to anyone struggling, especially with things like depression, start dieting. I mean, and I don't mean eating gross food. Learn to cook a little bit. I eat delicious food almost every day, but I spend a little more on higher quality ingredients, like the Dave's bread I get from Costco, that is loaded with grains and protein and fiber. And I spend a little more on that bread. But what I've found is the healthier I eat, man, the less I have to eat. I mean, the only reason us Americans shove so much garbage into our mouths is because we are eating garbage. And it's not filling, it's not nutritious. Our body is still lacking things, so it still thinks we're hungry. And if you balance just nutrients in your home-cooked meals, which I understand a lot of people, we don't have time for that, man. It's even as simple as like some kind of like box pasta dish with chicken, real chicken in it. All you have to do is cut up the chicken, season it, cook it in some oil, and throw it in with the... I'm trying to think of one that does chicken, but most of them are beef. But I highly recommend you guys, if you don't have a lot of money, don't do beef meals, man. It's more expensive for higher quality beef, like way more. And the low quality beef you get in these like grocery stores that's, you know, common, it's usually pumped full of hormones and preservatives and all this stuff in the beef. So unless you can afford actual premium meat cuts, and they're from reputable sources, I also am super against factory farming, so I've really been trying to phase beef out, man. I get it when I go out to eat, because I look at it, you've already have the beef. I'm not telling you to buy it. You're going to buy it even if I don't order it, so I can have it at restaurants. But I really have been avoiding buying beef. I mean, and it's just because I hate factory farming. I'm slowly transitioning to Mediterranean diet, and then I'm going to transition to vegan at some point, until I can have my own farm, or until I can meet someone who I know they treat their animals with dignity and respect until the day they are used to feed people. Because that's what I think is the important thing to keep in mind. I mean, I don't think farming and eating animals, and, even though I do think it is a little wrong that we subjugate them and, we have to, we eat them. Humans need proteins and fats. And I mean, can we get it from vegetables? Yes, but it's not a affordable option right now. I mean, nuts are crazy expensive for almost no reason. So like, until we as a culture and world kind of transition more into plant-based and insect-based proteins, I think that, and they taste better, and because they're not as good as real beef right now, but we'll get there, and then it'll end up tasting better than real beef. So that's what I think, man. I think it's important to, again, take care of our bodies first and then try to tackle our brains. that really unlocked everything for me. I mean, for it to be able to manage my shit a little better. And be able to focus enough to practice the skills I need to manage my shit. So, long story short, day at McDonald's, good. Day at Gold Rush, good. Little advice, focus on taking care of your body before you're trying to take care of your mind. Because it's part of your body. And if your brain is worried about your body, it's hard for your brain to worry about what it's thinking. So, that's my advice. But we actually did hit the 10-minute mark. Holy shit. I mean, jeez. Have a good night, guys. Nomad signing off.